Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about something a little bit important to me. So I was going through my files earlier and I found some of my old school grades, and I was always told when I was growing up that your school grades were the most important thing in the world, and that without having school grades I wouldn't amount to anything pretty much, and that's something which was drilled into my head as a kid. And I didn't really care too much about school, about my teachers, or about anything like that. So I didn't really do very well in my results. I'm going to share them with you in a few minutes, but first of all I'll tell you what I've actually achieved in the past 10 to 13 years. I've written music for and worked on as an actor, director, writer for over 150, 160 films now, under the name of Chan Walrus. That's the name of my channel. I continue to work on and produce and give out content, and basically produce consistently many different things, and I work on many projects with many people. I work as a care assistant. I've saved people's lives. I try my very best to make sure people's lives are better with the work that I do, and outside of that I also run a reasonably successful marketing business from my home. So I would say that in a few years I've achieved quite a lot, and I'm looking to continuously up work and achieve a lot more. And this is somebody who has failed his way through primary school. I just didn't care about primary school. I didn't care about secondary school. So I'm going to share with you some of my results. So this is science, double science. I got 2 C's for that. Couldn't really get higher. Didn't really enjoy science, but then again there were some good moments. I had quite a good enjoyment when it came to physics. I always found physics interesting because I was interested in astronomy, so that was quite interesting. I think that probably helped me with my results, but I never did any research or studied for it. Next we have oh god, English, which I got grade C for. English speaking and listening, which I was a grade B for, and I got German, which is a grade D. Mein Deutsch ist nicht gut. I know more Nepali now than I know Deutsch. Tapay Kasta Cha for anyone who's watching. Please leave a comment. Hope you're doing well. Anyway, I got English language, I got a grade E, and this is someone who reads consistently. I've read a lot of books in my life, mainly fiction, but I was always a big reader. I was reading Tolkien in primary school, but I got terrible results on my GCSEs. Oh, you're gonna love this one. Right. General studies, the scientific domain and the social domain, unclassified, absolute failure. So I absolutely failed that. Oh my god, this is a story. This isn't a story of success, is it? So 5 subjects: drama, which I got a grade C for. I went on to do my drama degree. I did okay in that, I think. I at least have a couple of successes. Information and communication technology, I got a D for that. Since then I've built some amazing things on Google Sheets, which have been literally business changing. Outside of that I run a marketing company, so I think I do alright considering the fact I build websites and do other stuff for people. I got history, mathematics, so I got grade Ds for those, which is not good. GCSE short courses, religious studies C. Guess what I wrote about in religious studies? I didn't write about religion, I wrote about communism in my religious studies class, because believe it or not, I was a die-hard communist when I was growing up, until the point about oh god, it was I was about 23, 24 years old when I had a massive argument with one of my brothers, and he started to show me a couple of the errors with communism. But I was a die-hard communist when I grew up, and then I took a little look at socialism and thought, oh my god, you know, who have I been for all these years? And so that's kind of part of my transformation as a person. But these results are the results of somebody who most people thought would never achieve anything. Since then I've achieved running a company. I've crashed 2 companies into the ground when I didn't know what I was doing. I burned a heck of a lot of money with that, and I failed consistently throughout my life. But I continue to work, and I continue to improve, and I continue to build on myself. I've worked on so many different film projects. There have been some amazing companies in the United Kingdom that I've worked with, and I put myself out there to work with people for free. I don't aim to make money out of it. I turn it into a hobby, because if it's a hobby, then it's not your jobby. So you don't have to rely on it as a source of income, and you can do the things you love whilst doing your job. And occasionally people will pay you, but I don't think that's really necessary. And I've got to work on some amazing projects. Highly recommend checking out anything by Myco Entertainment. They are a very, very good company. I worked with them on Mask of Thorns, so if you want to watch me die in the scene, which quite a few of the people who may downvote me they might enjoy that. I highly recommend checking out Mask of Thorn. And if you're an actor, get in contact with Myco Entertainment. They always need good actors, and you know, they're a very good company. Outside of that, I've also worked with a brilliant director called Ian David Diaz, who was absolutely he is literally an amazing guy. He makes some amazing stuff. He made a series called Rebecca Gold. I'll put a link in the description for that. But that's my work in drama, and that's kind of what I do. I mean, I started off writing music. I didn't study music at school. I ignored what my teacher said in my music lessons. But the fact of the matter is later on I ended up getting interested in. I wanted to play the Doctor Who theme and Jump. That's where I started with. So I started work with the Doctor Who theme and Jump, and that was basically what I wanted to be able to play on a keyboard. And before I knew it, I was writing music for an independent film called Return to Bloodfart Lake. Terrible start. But then I got invited to work for Warlock Home Video, and everything spiraled from there. I worked with a guy called Max Hay on a film called The Green Goo. Max Hay is probably one of the most interesting sort of artists in terms of his artistic vision that I've ever worked with. I absolutely love his films, and he really, really needs to get back into making the stuff that he was making before, because he was a legend. So I got to work on films because of that. As for my care work, I got down on my hands and knees and I begged my employers. I said, please give me a chance. And they said, we don't think you're cut out for this. I said, give me a chance. I will not let you down. And since then, I've worked the past, with a small break of 2 years, in which I learned marketing. I worked with numerous people who had all sorts of problems, people who had dementia. I worked with people who had very, very serious problems. I worked with end of life. I worked with Huntington's. I did some residential care work. I mainly work residential at the moment, although I do work with dementia. And I have also worked on the COVID wards over the past year, looking after people who've had COVID-19. I've also caught it myself. So the thing is, these are small achievements, and when it comes to writing, like all of the other work that I've done outside of this, I mean, I'm currently writing 3 books. I'm working very, very hard to try and make up for a life of not really succeeding. So the one thing that really matters when it comes to you and what you're actually going to give to the world is you've just got to think, what am I going to be able to do today to try and do something for someone else? It's like a lot of my film jobs I've got from contacting people and saying, hey, do you want a composer, or do you need an actor? A lot of student people I used to work with before the Colchester Institute screwed me over, and they screwed me over really badly. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that actually. I trusted the people at the Colchester Institute, and they said that they would give me £180 a week to take someone through the second year of their degree in performing arts, and I accepted that, and basically I had 2 options. One of them would be to finish the degree, the other would be to get money for the job, and basically I chose money because I had a girlfriend at the time who you know, needed to be taken out on dates and things like that. And I worked really, really hard for that, and so I kept taking her out on dates, and they didn't pay me. Kept having, you know, basically living the life which I would have done on the money, and that burnt through all my dad's inheritance. So basically, Colchester Institute, they said at the end of it, oh, we can only pay you £33 a week, which didn't even pay for the bus fare and lunch at the institute. So very, very poor show from the Colchester Institute. I can't blame the majority of people there. I had some very good teachers. I studied under Ben Treacher, who's an amazing human being. And I also studied under Stella Payne and James Jarrett, and they were fantastic people. The other creatures that I studied under, I don't really see as people or particularly talented. I think, quite frankly, that they were just in it for the money, and they didn't really. I don't feel that they had a very, very good understanding of what they were trying to teach the majority of the time, and I have very little respect for them. But then again, if you can't teach, but that's the thing about Stella, James and Ben. My God, they were talented people, and they never lied to me or screwed me over. So I love you guys, thanks. But yeah, basically, when it comes down to your results and what you get on these little pieces of paper, there are sites like Reed. You can go on there, get yourself some qualifications, build yourself up, build up a CV, and get yourself going. It costs a little bit of money to pay for small amounts of training, and you do a little bit of extracurricular training. It's worth a lot more than these things, because you can go into any employer and say, look, I flunked my score, but look what I've done in the background. You can pay like £100 and do some free courses as well. And I know that sounds like a lot when you're not employed. And I wasn't employed until I was like 25 years old, because I didn't know what I was doing. I tried to make my own companies. When I went out to work with people, it's like I wasn't able to provide the services which they wanted. I mean, I had some bad employers. For example, I did food preparation and for a restaurant, and they fired me for washing my hands between things. So that really threw me through a loop, for example. So I've had some bad experiences working with different people in different periods of my life. But the thing is, I allowed a lot of things to defeat me, and I just dropped out, and I couldn't be bothered, and I didn't try until I eventually got down on my hands and knees and begged for a care job. And it's like, in the background I was doing a little bit of work for independent films as a composer, and I really didn't bring the right things to the table, because I got my drama degree. And when for example I was working with Care with my drama degree, I said that they said, well, how is this going to help in Care? Now, what I said is, well, I can perform different roles and everything. What I should have said is, my drama degree helps me to entertain people and keep them happy. And as an actor, I have done that. There are times when I've been... there was one girl I was working with a while back, and we had ABBA on the television, so I started dancing around and singing along with the music, and she couldn't stop laughing. And it's things like that. It's like moments like that. That's when you know that anything that you do, it can be beneficial in the care sector. I honestly swear by it. I think care is one of the best jobs you can do as a human being, you know. But I came out of school and I thought, I'm not going to be able to get anything with these things. Nobody wanted me with my results. I mean, there are people who come out with like straight A students, you know. But the thing is, I just kept going. When I hit 25, it was like my dad died shortly before then, and I really missed him. And I buckled down and I started working really hard then. And I think without my dad passing away, I don't think I would have even come close to getting my drama degree, you know. I don't think I'd have come close to that. But, you know, it's a shame he never got to see that I managed to pull my finger out, which is a shame, but, you know, that's life, isn't it? The important thing is that these little bits of paper do not define me. It's the work which I've done, the lives that I've saved, the people I've worked with, the world that I'm trying to change. You know, on YouTube I've got 750,000, I think it is, views across my channel. I mean, that's over 13 years. It's a long time. That's almost 1 million. That's 250 short of 1 million. And I keep going with YouTube because I like YouTube as a platform. I think it's good. I think that it's a little bit weird in a certain respects, but apart from that, I think it's pretty good. But I mean, going through these earlier and just looking at them and thinking, I came out of school, I had no hope, no thoughts, no ambitions. I wanted to make my own little filming company. I bought loads of equipment for it. I spent money on it. I saved up. I lived on rice and noodles, and I had nothing back then. And I saved up and I bought some big cameras because I thought that would make a difference. But actually it was more about training with the cameras, getting good at using them, making sure that everything was well lit. I was so into the idea that a lens would make a camera good that, yeah, that was not good. It's more about how you use the camera, and I'm not a good filmmaker myself. I've made some decent things, but overall I'm not brilliant. But at the end of the day, no matter what you've achieved in this world, you can achieve a heck of a lot more. It doesn't matter who you are, you can still work, you can still build things, you can build a future for yourself. You can fail at just about everything and, you know, really go off the rails and fail. But you can come back from that no matter where you are in your life. I mean, I've been hit by a lot of stuff. Let's go into that, shall we? Because it's not just down to this anymore. I've been hit by a heck of a lot of stuff. My life's been fraught with tragedy. I went through a lot of physical abuse when I was younger. Survived 6 days of absolute hell. I was tied to a tree and beaten, used as a human punching bag, and I was set on fire. It was not a fun experience. So that was a bad experience, but I got through that. Let's see what happened recently. I guaranteed a loan for somebody, so I had to end up paying that off. And I trusted these people. I would bring them food when they were struggling financially, and they said, look, we'll work with you, we'll make sure you never have to pay the loan if you just take it, so that we can get out of this house, because, you know, we've got breathing problems, there's black mold, other problems like that, and I just couldn't. One of these people had worked with me before, and I just couldn't abandon them, you know, and so I said, yeah, sure, I'll guarantor a loan for you, because I trusted them. And then it was just like, thanks, buddy. Goodbye. So I had 6.3 grand to pay off. And I've paid it off. It was hard. My family helped me. And some of my friends helped me as well. It was a very hard time for me. But I got through that. And I didn't enjoy it. It was not a fun experience. We've also got another thing which happened to me. I was arrested for a crime I didn't commit, which was the worst kind of crime you can be arrested for as a guy. I was arrested for sexual assault. I was arrested at work in front of my co-workers for sexual assault. Can you imagine how that felt? And I didn't even know why they were there. I had no idea. I was really shocked. I thought something had happened at home. The police people just came up the stairs. They were like, "Is Alex O'Neill here?" I was like, "Yeah, is everything okay?" And they were just like, "We're putting you under arrest." It's like, oh my God, what for? What have I done? I was really shocked. And it's just like, my ex-partner used that to stop me from seeing my son. Because I contacted her first thing. I said, this is what's happened, this is the situation, and she used that to stop me from seeing my son. And after finally getting it cleared that I couldn't have been involved in this thing, because the police couldn't even be bothered to investigate this blooming thing properly, so it was 1.5 years of my life completely and totally dashed, ruining everything. At that point I had no job. I took redundancy mainly because there was part of me, I just felt I couldn't face my colleagues anymore. It was a horrible situation, and I walked out of that and tried to make my company, and I just fought, but it was a struggle, you know. And I tried to get another care job, and I got in contact with my ex-partner, and I said, is it possible to see my son? And she turned around and she was like, she contacted the police, and she said I was harassing her. Asking to see my son 3 times was harassment. And then after that, Jesus, it's not even funny, it's just so stressful. After that, I wasn't allowed to send child support because that's a form of contact, and the police said to me, you can't have any form of contact with her, and sending money is actually a form of contract legally. It's not something you can do. So I wasn't able to do that, and then she used that against me as well, which is quite interesting. So I contacted a legal group of people. They helped me out. They were very, very handy, and they got her to contact me. And eventually they sent 2 letters. She said only one of them arrived, but they sent 2. You know, this is quite expensive to do that. So you know, but that's, you know, that's a situation that she caused, just to try and stop me from seeing my son. After that, it was I had to prove that I didn't have anything wrong with me. I'd only just got a job back working as a care assistant as well, so I was able to send over my DBS certificates to show that I had no criminal record or no criminal problems, and yeah. So that's what I did. I basically had to show that. It was very humiliating, and just say, look, I'm not a criminal. Sorry, mate. You know. And then eventually I was allowed to see him once, and then the coronavirus came out, and she basically used that as an excuse to stop me even seeing him, and you know, even video chatting. It's like ridiculous. And I've got to the point with that now where what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a step back and not fight for it, because I'm not going to get him brought up to the thought where he's going to think, oh wow, yeah, going to spend time with my dad, and then get disappointed by that. Yeah, I'm going to spend time with my dad and get disappointed by not having that. I'm not going to drag him through that. But I'm just going to be there for him later on in life, and I'm going to save up, and he's going to have some finances when he gets to his adult age, and when he gets to an age where he can make a decision, I'm going to blooming fight for him properly, and bring all the facts to the table. But the thing is, overall, all I can say is I've been through quite a lot, and I keep fighting and I keep going, and this is something you can do as well. No matter what happens, no matter what gets railed against you, if you've got the spirit to continue going forward, you've got to go forwards and never give up. Because the thing is, it sucks getting bad results. It sucks being accused of crimes that you haven't admitted and being investigated by the police. Oh yeah, they broke a £2,000 computer as well. Well done, guys. Well done. You set me back a lot. Oh God, you know. But the thing is, you just got to pick the pieces up every single time life knocks you down. And the thing is, you can do that. No matter where you are in the world, you can bring yourself back from oblivion, and you can build yourself up. And I really, really, really believe that the most important thing in the world is just keeping going, no matter how bad it gets. And it will get bad, and it will be hard at times. But I just keep going, and so should you. Never give up. Never let someone tell you that you're a failure. Never let someone put you down. Don't get wound up into this thing. If you're having trouble finding employment, get yourself on the track. I'm going to put it in the comment section. I'm going to put it in the information for the video. There's a website, read.co.uk, very, very useful. I think it's .co.uk. They helped me as well. Not really in as much as I thought that it would, because I was able to actually walk back into care quite easily with my qualifications that I had from care, because care gives you a lot of qualifications very, very quickly. That's another reason they're really, really good. And you've got to know a lot to be a carer as well, so you've got to be smart, which is quite interesting. Because a lot of people don't seem to have respect for care assistants, but I work with them and they're damn fine people. But anyway, so whatever happens to you in this world, don't let life hold you down. Don't give up on your dreams. Just keep fighting. You can contact me at any point. Put my website address in the thing. I'm alex@fantasoft.co.uk if you ever want to send me a message, want to get in touch. Or alex@charonwarus.com. You know, so if you ever need music for anything, you know, it's there. The fact of the matter is, I provide services for people. You can do the same. It's about what we can give to the world and help people. And that's it. We've got to help people as much as we can. This is nothing. These results mean nothing. Who you are is everything, and you can be whoever you want to be. I think that's probably the best way to end it. You take care and have a lovely day. Bye.